It's Week 8 of the 2026 season, and we'll see Tony Pollard. He's coming off a nice showing last week, racked up a lot of yards, and reached the end zone once. It's the Saints and the Panthers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed.
Right to the air is Mahomes. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you got a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He finds his man complete. That's Wheeler. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
They go back to Pollard on second down. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this. And I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Pollard, even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35.
The Saints at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, you know, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes throwing left side here, and it's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson.
And he stopped immediately there. Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, hey, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about
on fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here. Two heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now, go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Now, he had a good amount of time to throw there, and at his level, he's going to pick you apart if you give him that time.
You have to increase your urgency. Whether you're blitzing, bringing extra pressure, or just your normal amount at him, you've got to get home, because if you don't, he picks up a first down just about every time, as he did there.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Up the middle they go. Pollard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Tony Pollard with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From the 35 on second down, Mahomes looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Chase Young showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on third.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go. Looking to throw. Brenner.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now a play fake here on first down.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Looking to throw on second down. Brenner.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he's...
To throw on third down. Brenner. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second and 7, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So here are the Saints to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. They go back to Pollard on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From the gun on third down, Brenner. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. The third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far. Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half works. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On second and 9, Mahomes. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 27 yards there. A first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So third and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Off the play fake. Brenner. And he whips that one incomplete there. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Brenner. It's Williams on the catch. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
4th down. Brenner throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll look to throw again. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch. Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Brenner on the slant. He's got Davis. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now here's Pollard. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Brenner. Touchdown, Saints. Kyle Pitts. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass. Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Blitzed by Antoine Winfield Jr. Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Brenner. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Brenner. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Panthers coming out now. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They set up the screen for Stevenson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now it's Mahomes again. He finds his man, complete. That's Flowers. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 38, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for Javonte Williams. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Devin Singletary, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Josh Allen, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts. with a touchback. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Oh, look at the juke. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Gonna run again here with, and he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Brenner. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Brenner. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Able to slither by. And some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Stevenson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run left with Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Brenner. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Brenner. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 37. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Brenner. Wisely will throw that one away. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Saints, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers,